Hello and welcome back to Living Abroad. Today I'm going to share a story with you guys that was emailed to me by a viewer, and I want to really highlight the fact that this is a positive story in contrast to many that you hear about Filipino scamming and all that. Just a reminder of how good people can be. Plus I have 3 of my personal experiences I want to share at the end of this. This is what he wrote me. Hi Alex, have a good news story for you which happened a couple of weeks ago here in Bacolod. I had taken my empty backpack to the mall to have the straps shortened and pick up shoes that were reconditioned. I left the mall after the repairs with the shoes in my backpack, got into a waiting taxi, and went to meet a friend for dinner. I was given a receipt by the mall security which showed the license number of the taxi. After about 10 minutes with my friend, I realized I left my black backpack in the taxi. It was dark and of course there was no interior light in the taxi, a pet peeve of mine here. I called a Grab to return to the mall in the hope they would show up there. Suddenly I realized I have a tracking device in the backpack. The Grab agreed to cancel the trip and take me to the last known point where my tracking app indicated. Once there, we could not see the car. I refreshed the app to see if the backpack had moved. We raced there to no avail. Another refresh and raced to a third location. We found the taxi and, unbeknown to the driver, when we crawled into the back, he pulled out my backpack. He said I was lucky after having 3 customers. Since I was in his car, my shoes were still inside. Now put yourself in that situation. You have a backpack, probably some very important things inside of it, and your shoes, and you go back and you find the bag you're looking for. This is a reminder that good people still exist. Not only in the Philippines, but a lot of places. Many times I hear stories and watch YouTube videos, people just complaining about being scammed or whatever. It does happen. I'm not telling you that the world is perfect or the Philippines, every single person is great. But this is a reminder why so many people continue coming here. Now, my personal stories, I'm going to tell you 3 of them, right? So the first one happened at the airport. I was sitting and I kept hearing the PA and I thought, I was like, is that my name? They called me to a certain gate. So I went there and they're like, oh, you got to go to the information desks. So I go there, I'm like, yes, what can I help you with? At first I was a little irritated. I'm like, what do these people want from me? Is it because I'm brown they want to search me or something? Or some stupid thing like that. Next thing you know, they're like, yeah, can we see your passport? I'm like, sure. So I give the passport and they gave me my wallet. They're like, yeah, we found your wallet. I had no idea it was missing. So that was the first one because we know sometimes the airport I don't like Naiya, trust me. I'm not trying to defend Naiya at all. But there's a lot of stories coming out of there that people say, oh, it's not a good place or whatever, which is fair enough. But this time, positive things do happen. The second time happened to me in Dumaguete. So I was in Dumaguete, I was at the back of a trike. And then when I got out, I was supposed to meet somebody, right, for the first time. It was so embarrassing, I had to cancel it because I had no money. I'm not going to meet a girl with no money. I'm sorry, but I don't care. I can't allow somebody to pay for me. I'm like, I'll check you next time, which never happened because I went back. But anyhow, so now I'm like, forget the girl, bun that. I got to find my wallet, where this is. So check this out. What a coincidence. My place, the hotel I was renting, was right across the police station, right? So I just walked over. There was a gate. The security was sitting there. They're like, oh, sorry, we don't know. We have to come back on Monday. This was like a Friday or Saturday. I can't remember. They go, you got to come back on Monday. Then we could check the CCTV, see if you can find a trike number, all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I can't wait till Monday. I got no money, no wallet, no ID, no nothing, right? Everything was in that wallet. And then I was just like hanging around there. And I'm just like, what the hell can I do? I had no options. And then somebody across the street made a U-turn, a tricycle, and 2 people got out, and they're like, are you looking for your wallet? I'm like, yeah. So like, what's your name? So I told them my name. They're like, oh yeah, this is you. And a daughter and a father, they were looking for me. So I guess they were driving around, and I tried to give them money that they wouldn't take it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to leave unless you take my money. Please, you just saved me so much headache. I can't imagine trying to replace my credit cards, my driver's license, and just trying to get back to Cebu. I had no money. Plus, I had to stay another night at that place, which I hadn't paid for yet. Anyway, so that's the second time. The third time was in IT Park. So what's going on? I think I should not be meeting people at night. So once again, long story short, my wallet wasn't with me. So I'm like, what the hell? Again. So I'm like, what did I do? I went to an ice cream place, so like a frozen yogurt. I went back, I asked the lady, she's like, I don't have it. So I'm looking, because I have 2 phones. With my other phone, I'm looking. No, sorry, this wasn't my wallet. This was my phone. That's what it was. Boy, I forgot. I was looking with my other phone with a flashlight, and these 2 guys came back. They're like, hey, are you looking for your phone? I'm like, yeah. Like, we just emailed you. I'm like, oh, thank you. Because for me, let me show you guys what I got. So this is my phone right here. And I usually have like a card in here that says, if you find this, please, you can see how often I lose my stuff, right? Please email me So I guess they'd emailed me, but I just happened to be in the area while they're still trying to like look for me. Luckily, my phone was found. So there you go. 3 incidents of my personal experience. People returning, very valuable things back to their owners. Now, it's not just like me and my personal experience. There are other situations where this has happened. I'll give you guys some examples. At Laoag International Airport, security guard Ria Taisa discovered a handbag left in the arrival area. Inside was 146,000 pesos in cash, a U.S. passport, and other personal documents belonging to a 79-year-old American traveler. She turned it over to the airport security and was returned in full to grateful passenger. Imagine you're losing $3,000 basically and your passport, and some honest individual returns it to you. But these are the examples I want to go ahead and highlight because the Philippines sometimes get a bad reputation for stuff that happens in the security at the airport, at Naya. I'm not denying that. I'm a big, I don't like it either, obviously. Who's going to sit here and try to defend that? But I'm saying one individual doesn't obviously equal to everybody, and these are perfect examples. Naya especially being a place, speaking of Naya, in Ninoy Aquino International Airport, Porter Victor Perez found a bag containing approximately 10,000 US dollars in cash, along with personal belongings of a Korean traveler. What the hell? Perez promptly delivered it to the lost and found, and the items were reunited with their owner, who publicly thanked him for his honesty. Imagine that, over $10,000, that's like a year worth of salary, maybe even 2 depending on how much he was making, probably closer to 2 years worth of salary. Buddy, it takes a very strong person, a very honest person. I cannot tell you I'll do the same thing. I'm not going to lie and sit here trying to pretend like I'm like morally high, whatever. If I find $10,000, buddy, there's a good chance I'm putting that in my pocket, teething it. Yeah, I said it. I don't know if I'll do it, but my point is, it takes a strong person, especially someone that's just working a minimum wage job, making 500 to 700 pesos a day. So good for this guy. Another perfect example, and this time from the infamous Naiya. I'm gonna give you guys one more. An Iloilo International Airport security screening officer, Joseph Mateo, spotted a wallet on the x-ray tray containing 60,000 pesos and ID cards. He reviewed CCTV footage to identify the owner and successfully returned it to the same person on the same day. You know what could happen? A lot of times you don't realize you could pick up the wallet, empty the, money in your pocket, and then I don't want to. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I don't want to teach people how to steal. The point is, people could just simply return you the wallet without the money, and you can't really do much about it. And most people still be happy because they got IDs, credit cards, all that stuff. But yet, 3 examples, actually 6, 7 examples that we just shared today about honest people returning items, wallets, belongings back to individuals in the Philippines, whether they are foreigners, locals. I don't think that matters. The point is, there are still a lot of wonderful people in the Philippines. The people themselves are the #1 reason why I keep coming back to the Philippines. It's my base, and I've been there for the past 6 years. Do bad things happen? Yes, of course. Do good things happen? Yes, they do too. But here's the thing. A lot of times, a lot of the bad things get the most attention because it's just catchy. That's why on Asia Now, when I cover the news, I don't purposely look for negative news. It's just whatever is out there, right? And most of the time, the good people don't get recognized enough. And this was the point of this video, to go ahead and highlight some of these great people showing very, very honest behavior, because I cannot say the same thing about everybody, but it's important to recognize the ones that do behave in an honest manner. So thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts down below. I'm sure I cannot be the only person. Share your experiences, how often or what happened to you when an honest Filipino person returned something of yours or did something that we can highlight in a positive way, because there is a lot of negativity out there, and sometimes it's important to go ahead and bring it back to why so many people continue to come to the Philippines, make it their home to retire, travel long term, have a partner of some sort. Yes, negative things happen. Do not come at me in the comment section telling me, hey man, this happened to me. Yeah, shit happens, bro. But my point is, good stuff happened too, a lot more than people realize. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.